Hello. How does he play Rainbow Pirates?
Great question. Let's take a couple minutes to review the details on how to play. First, we'll look at the three types of cards in the deck. There are color cards, black cards, and rainbow pirate cards. Color cards are used to earn treasure points by placing rainbows or three or more of a kind groups on your island. Color cards can even block pirate attacks.
Nice.
More on that later. Wild cards are awesome because they can be used in place of any color card on your island. Black cards include a fun band of pirates and pirate paraphernalia that attack, steal, and commit dastardly deeds. You can play black cards as actions, or you can place them on your island in groups of three or more for treasure points. Last but not least, rainbow pirates are magical beings that live on your island and are the most valuable card in the game. Rainbow pirates can be placed alone on your island or in groups. Game setup is super simple. Just shuffle the deck, deal each player 7 cards, and place the remaining cards face down in the middle of your play area. This is your draw pile. Finally, turn the top 2 cards of the draw pile over as your 2 face-up cards. Leave a space on the other side of your draw pile for the discard pile. Now you're ready to play. The object of the game is to earn as many treasure points as possible. Whoever has the most treasure points at the end of the game is the winner. You earn treasure points by placing cards face up on your island, which is the part of the play area in front of each player. You can also steal or destroy your opponent's treasure points by playing black cards. Rainbow Pirates is a turn-based game, so choose someone to go first. Beginning with the first player, take turns performing as many of these 3 actions as you'd like in whatever order you choose. Placing cards on your island, rearranging cards, and playing black cards. We'll explain more about these actions in a minute. Once you're finished taking actions, simply end your turn by drawing either the 2 face-up cards or the top 2 cards in the draw pile. Play then continues in a clockwise direction. Continue taking turns until the game ends, either when a player goes out or when you run out of cards to draw. Let's talk more about the 3 actions you can take during your turn. First, placing cards on your island. The main way to earn treasure points is by placing card groups on your island. At the end of the game, each card on your island is worth 1 treasure point, except Rainbow Pirate cards are worth 5 treasure points. Here are the types of card groups you can place on your island. Let's start with color card groups. With color cards, you can create sequences and sets. A sequence is a group of 3 or more in numerical rainbow order. If you place all 7 color cards in numerical order, you have a full rainbow.
Yay!
A set is a group of 3 or more of the same color. Now let's talk about black card groups. These are pretty straightforward. You can place any 3 or more black cards in a group on your island. It's that simple. And finally, Rainbow Pirate cards are the only ones that can be placed by themselves on your island. Or you can group them together if you have more than one. So once again, these are the types of card groups you can place on your island for treasure points. This chart can also be found on your instruction sheet. During your turn, you can add to your existing card groups as well as create new ones. Remember, the more cards you place, the more treasure points you earn. But, as you'll learn in a minute, cards on your island are vulnerable to pirate attacks. Before ending your turn, you must always place on your island any Rainbow Pirate cards, as well as any numbered color cards that can be placed in a card group. You can't save those in your hand to place later. However, you're not required to place color wilds on your island if you want to save those. Also, you're not required to place numbered color cards if doing so would require rearranging cards already on your island. The second type of action you can take during a turn is rearranging cards. You can rearrange cards on your island to create new card groups and merge or divide existing groups. You can also move cards from your island back into your hand. Just remember that all Rainbow Pirate cards and placeable numbered color cards must always be placed on your island. Since you can move cards from your island back into your hand, this means you can still choose to use black cards to attack your opponents even after placing them on your island. If you have a color wild on your island, you can reassign it later to replace a different color card if you want. You can also put that color wild back in your hand if it's no longer being used on your island. If moving or rearranging cards results in an incomplete card group on your island, put those cards back in your hand before ending your turn. The third type of action you can take during a turn is playing black cards. If you want to, instead of placing black cards on your island in groups of 3 or more for treasure points, you can use them to attack opponents or give yourself advantages. Black cards can do cool piratey things like stealing, blowing stuff up, and even reviving old cards. Each black card has a description at the bottom explaining what it can do. To play a black card during your turn, follow these 3 simple steps. First, reveal the black card by placing it face up in the discard pile. In games of 3 or more players, if your black card is attacking just one opponent, be sure to declare which opponent you're attacking. Second, allow for blocking. At this point, your opponent or opponents will either block your black card by placing the matching color card from their hand on top of your black card, or if they can't or choose not to block your black card, they'll say ARG, which means they won't block you. And so finally, if your opponent doesn't block your black card, then you get to take the action described on your black card. So that's how you play a black card. You simply reveal the card by placing it face up in the discard pile, then allow for blocking, and finally, take the action if the black card isn't blocked. Let's do a quick review of the 3 types of actions you can take during your turn. You can 1. Place cards on your island for treasure points. 2. Rearrange cards on your island or back into your hand. And 3. Play black cards to attack opponents or give yourself an advantage. Remember, during a turn, you can take as many of those actions as you want in whatever order you desire. And always, before ending your turn, make sure you don't have any rainbow pirates or numbered color cards in your hand that you could place on your island. And then to end your turn, draw either the 2 face-up cards or the top 2 cards of the draw pile. If you draw the 2 face-up cards, replace them for the next player by flipping over the top 2 cards of the draw pile. Play continues in a clockwise direction until either a player goes out or you run out of cards to draw. Okay. If it's not your turn, the only action you can take is to block an opponent's black card if you have the matching color card in your hand when they play it. Think about it this way. Black cards represent pirate attacks. The only way to block a pirate is to bribe them with their favorite thing, which is listed next to the heart symbol on each black card. So let's imagine it's your opponent's turn and he plays a Blindbeard card against you. At that point, if in your hand you have Blindbeard's favorite thing, which of course is a bubble bath, you can block him by placing the blue bubble bath card on top of the Blindbeard card in the discard pile. In that example, your opponent played his Blindbeard card but didn't get to steal from you. But you also lost your blue bubble bath card. Now let's imagine that during the same turn, your opponent then plays a cannon card, which lets him blow up one of the cards on your island. If you don't have the cannon dude's favorite thing, which obviously is a kitten, then he gets to blow up a card on your island by moving that card to the discard pile. For games of 3 or more players, keep in mind that a black card only needs 1 matching color card to block it, even if the black card affects more than 1 opponent. So if a captain is played against 3 opponents, only 1 green me time card is needed to protect all 3 opponents from the captain. Remember, you can only use cards in your hand to block black cards. If a color card is on your island when a black card is played, you can't use it to block. The game ends either when a player goes out or when you run out of draw cards. Going out does not necessarily mean you win. It simply means the game ends and you earn 5 bonus treasure points. Woo-hoo! To go out, you must 1. Play all the cards in your hand, and 2. Have at least 2 full rainbows on your island when you go out. If a player goes out, gameplay ends immediately. The player doesn't draw after going out, and other players can't place cards on their island or perform any other actions. If you play all the cards from your hand, but you don't have at least 2 full rainbows on your island, it's not considered going out. Instead, just end your turn by drawing and the game continues. Besides going out, the other way a game can end is by running out of draw cards. If you run out of draw cards before a player goes out, each player gets a chance to place any cards they can from their hand onto their island. This means you can still place black cards in groups of 3 or more on your island, but you cannot play them as pirate actions. Alright, let's review how to count your treasure points at the end of the game. Once the game is officially over, all players should place any cards still left in their hand into the discard pile. Those don't count for or against you. Then add up all the treasure points on your island. Each card is worth 1 treasure point, except Rainbow Pirate cards are worth 5 treasure points. The value is shown in the bottom right corner of each card. Also, if you win out, give yourself a bonus 5 treasure points. Whoever has the most treasure points at the end of the game is the winner and is crowned Pirate King or Queen. And that's how you play Rainbow Pirates. Now, to help cement everything you just learned, we recommend watching our Rainbow Pirates sample game video. You can also check out our FAQs or download a copy of the written instructions at rainbowpiratesgame.com.